episode of JD's Top 8 here on JD's YouTube. Today's Top 8 are Top 8 time traveling movies. One per franchise, or yes, one per franchise. That is the rule. So let's do this list. Coming in at number 8 is Time Cop. This was starred Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was about the future and about a police force who protected time itself from anybody trying to change the timeline. They would go back and arrest them. And then it had a subplot where it was his own people that were trying to manipulate the timeline. So we guess I'll uncover that. But it is a good time movie, and Jean-Claude Van Damme is a great action star. So I recommend, if you haven't gone and watched it, to go see it. There's a lot of action, over-the-top stuff, and it is a good movie. Coming at number 7 is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It stars Keanu Reeves. I cannot see him now. That role is just bonkers. Him and his buddy get a phone booth. It's a time machine from George Carlin, who is fantastic, by the way. They get this time machine. They have a paper that's due. So instead of writing the paper, they go back in time and pull all these like leaders and inspirational people throughout time, and they bring them back to do their presentation. They end up losing them in the present day, and they have to go find them and shenanigans. It's a good laugh. It's a silly comedy. Number 6 is not a silly comedy. It is X-Men Days of Future Past. I like X-Men Days of Future Past. X-Men First Class. This is the movie that brings both sets of actors together. The original cast with the newer cast of First Class, and brings them together. I didn't go with the comic book because Kitty is the one that goes back in time. They send Wolverine back in time because his mind can handle it, and it's all to stop assassination stop Mystique from assassinating. I don't remember his name. I know his name in the comic book. But he's the one that runs the Sentinel program, and when he gets assassinated is when the Sentinels are put into play, and the Sentinels are robots who destroy mutants. They come after mutants. The Sentinel look was not as good as it could have been. Should have stuck with the comic books in that aspect. They should have made it just like the Sentinels in the comic books. Probably would have made this movie much better. And it has action sequences. Quicksilver is the best thing in this movie. I had watched him previously in American Horror Story. I liked him as an actor. He played Quicksilver, and it was a better rendition, no offense, of the MCU's Quicksilver. That was short-lived and didn't really do anything. This Quicksilver is a fan favorite, and that scene in the when they're breaking out Magneto it's fantastic. I loved every minute of it. So coming at number 5 is Hot Tub Time Machine. It's about a group of friends who get together. They get drunk in the time machine. They get drunk in a hot tub. They spill some beer and chemicals, and it ends up turning into a time machine, and they go back in time. It is just a fun movie. If you just want to relax, have fun, and just laugh at comedians doing their really good work, that is a good movie to just relax to. Coming in at number 4 is The Edge of Tomorrow, or Die, Repeat, Die. Yeah, that would be die. When this movie came out and its title got changed by fans, I thought they were poking fun at it. I was like, great, this is a Tom Cruise movie that bombed. Then I watched it, and it's a really good movie. It is an action movie where we're fighting these aliens. Tom Cruise happens to go out into the battlefield. He gets the alien blood all over him, and then he dies. And he wakes up before the battle happened, and he keeps doing this. And then at first, it's kind of like Groundhog Day kind of ish. He's trying to get out of it, and then he realizes that he should be utilizing his time to train how to fight, because he wasn't really a combat ready soldier. So he takes his time, he learns how to fight, then they learn where the head alien is. It's a really good sci-fi movie. I enjoyed it. I like Tom Cruise. It's full of action, and some of it is funny. It doesn't take itself too seriously all the time, but then when it does, it's action packed. So I would go watch it. Number 3 is The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher. This is a dark one. He tries to go back in time to fix things, but then he realizes that no matter what he does, things come out horribly, even if he changes the slightest thing. And that's what the butterfly effect is. If a butterfly in Africa flaps its wings, we will get a storm over here. And is if you change even the littlest thing, it affects everything. So he's trying to do this, and he keeps going back, and he keeps trying different things. And then he just learns that he's got to let it go. And even at one point, I can't remember if it was the end of the movie, because I think there's 2 different endings. But at one point, he strangles himself in the womb. Like, this movie is dark. This is a dark Ashton Kutcher movie, and it really shows that he doesn't have to be that funny guy all the time. It shows range. So, going into number 2, it is Looper. This is about the future where criminals are sent to the past and killed by these hitman type people, like bounty type people, and then they get paid in gold. It stars Bruce Willis. I kind of figured it out beforehand, like seeing all the promotional stuff, that he would be sent back in time and the person to kill him would be him. So they come up to a conflict. They ended up not killing him, and then it turns into this whole thing starts because this kid ends up. The kid is who ends up being in charge. The kid in the past, ends up being in charge. He's got like super mind powers. So Bruce Willis is pissed off in the future because they killed the woman he loves. So when he's sent back, he is trying to kill this person before they become who they become in the future. And his younger version is trying to protect this kid. And it is awesome. It's a cat and mouse game. It has action in it. It's got Bruce Willis in it. It is a really good movie. Again, I recommend you watch it. And number 1 should not come as a shock to anybody who watches any time traveling movie. Like, if you type in time traveling movie, this is the first movie that pops up. That is Back to the Future. I loved Back to the Future as a kid. It still holds up to this day. Michael J. Fox is fantastic. I loved every bit of this movie. He goes back in time, and not on purpose. He is running. So they have to get they have to get nuclear stuff for the time machine. I'm saying that because I can't say plutonium. I can't say it right now. And then the group they stole it from, the group that Doc steals it from, comes looking. I think it was the Serbians. Fix me in the comment section down below. But he was running for them in the time machine, and it gets up to 88 miles per hour. Say 8 again. I'm telling you, 8's the number. And he ends up going back in time to before his parents met. And then he has to try to get home, and then he has to fix his parents because the day his mom falls in love with his dad, she ended up saving Marty, and she ends up falling in love with him, which is weird on so many psychological levels. So he has to take time to fix them. There's a really good guitar scene towards the end of the movie. That is the movie that after I started listening to the song Johnny Be Good, we even gave our son had that nickname too. So yeah, this movie is fantastic. It holds up. This is the room before it became the YouTube room, was a movie room. The Back to the Future poster is hanging right up there. You can't see it, but it's mixed in with all these really good posters we have up in this room because we only watch the best cinema in here. So that being said, thank you for watching another episode of JD's YouTube. Much love. JD out.